Well, apparently I just ran over the cat. Yeah, nice place to sleep. Right in the oil. A little bit of an oil stain. Anyways, thought you guys might want to see what I purchased at Kutztown. So let's do a quick run through. Well, we'll see if you guys like this. If you don't, well, then I won't like anymore. But yeah, got a lot of stuff. So let's start. So I got a computer patch interface. I think this is a freebie. I'll give it to one of my ham type friends. I don't really need it. Next, I got some sort of Magnavox thing, and hopefully Mr. Patteray will tell me what it is. It looks like, well, it's Magnavox, obviously. And it looks like some sort of somewhat professional grade looking camera interface, maybe? We have camera output, VTR input. We've got a somewhat expensive looking connector there. In any case, I don't need it, so it might not be long for this world unless someone really steps up. Alright, and I got this toy. It's a WaveTech 175 arbitrary waveform generator. And these things are actually not as useful as they sound. Yeah, you can make all sorts of neato looking analog waveforms or digital waveforms, but how often do you really need to do that? What I did find interesting is a little musical note there. I don't know what that's for. I don't have a manual for this. I don't know. Does that allow you to hear the waveform? I don't know. I'm going to plug this in at some point. See if it breathes. See, we have some red LEDs in the background there. We'll just have to see. If it doesn't work, it's probably not going to be long for this world. Got a little book, Magnetic Amplifier Circuits. Probably really boring reading. Nice big iMac power tube socket. Certainly has an SK number, and I do not see it. Even if it's one of the useless ones for tubes that no one uses anymore, my friend can use parts off of these. These are fairly modular. There are still some of these big power tube sockets, and you can tell it's pretty big. Well, he can use parts, either the clips and the insulators and stuff like that. Okay, now what you've been waiting for. Yeah, some tubes. Let's see what I got. 6F7, National Union 6F7, Tung Sol 6F7, a 2E24. Little bag here. What do we got? Another 6F7, 12L6, somewhat obscure output tube, VT204, which is, I believe, it's one of those iMac little triodes. Yes, look at that. There we go. These were used in BC. Oh, what were they? 640 VHF transmitters in World War II. A pair of these. Worked up around 100 to 150 megahertz. I'm going to put that back in there. Yeah, just a lot of tubes. Some of these I will, of course, resell. Some will be kept. Oh, I like this. This is a nice Super Airline number 19 with a pretty nice looking bass. It's very, very explicitly telling you. Super Airline. Yeah, I don't know who made this particular one. That might be, yeah, it's not an RCA because it's got a round thing around the number. I don't know, but clearly mid-30s. And we got a National Union 19. Don't think I have one of these in my collection. 19s are not terribly common. They're around, but they're not terribly common. But yeah, this is another branded bass one. Some people say engraved, but those were actually branded. Basically a hot stamping machine. Oh, we got a 532, WL 532, little spark gap. These were early radar TR tubes. Flying saucer. This is a Western Electric 708, another early radar tube. This is a triode, believe it or not. It's apparently a used tube, but kind of a weird looking thing. These were not particularly good tubes, but they were kind of a good early try, because they had to work at quite a few hundred of megahertz. We have a Sylvania 19, so I guess I went nuts on the 19s. Moving on, got a box full of parts. I got this thingamabob. I don't know what it is, but just a box full of parts. I figured, yeah, I think it was like $1 for the whole box. Yeah, we got diodes. We got stuff that I'm certainly going to probably throw away, but chips. 7400 LS series. Got this nice big relay. It's got to be for high voltage. Look at that. But I don't know what the coil voltage is. I guess turn it on and see when it clicks. Now, one of the better things I found, and we'll get Rutherford here in on the picture. He'll inspect it. Oh, look at this monster. CG38151. This is a General Electric. See, it's got the number up there too. Big triode from the late 20s. This one's probably mid 30s. It's the equivalent of an 851, right? And these were used mostly by the Navy, but this is interesting. In fact, that 38151 is actually a Navy number. But this one is Department of Commerce, DOC. That would make this tube, would make it mean that it was once installed in a big navigation transmitter, like a beacon. Because until World War II, the Department of Commerce had a Bureau of Navigation. Now, there was a Bureau of Navigation elsewhere in the U.S. government, but the Department of Commerce had their own Bureau of Navigation, and they set up large, high-power transmitters, and apparently one of them used an 851 or two 851s. I don't know. I have no idea what transmitter used this. With two of these, you could get generally they were LF transmitters, but with two of these I think you could get 2 kilowatts. Okay, moving on. Gratuitous pussy shop there. We just bought a bag of things. You know, sometimes bags of things are just great. It was like $1. See all sorts of UHF connectors. And guys, this is where the real bargains lie. Because you buy these things, you throw away half of it, you scrap another half of it, and what you have left over, the little bits and pieces, hey, some of that's actually useful stuff. So I see a bunch of coax adapters and things like that that could be useful. Got a couple of 4B32 rectifiers. These are basically, well, they're new too. Look at that. A nice high voltage rectifier that more or less a sub for the 872 mercury rectifier. And although I think these are vacuum, so a little different. Another box of parts. And gee, can you tell why I purchased this this box of parts? It cost me $2. Well, there and there. These are IBM relays. So rather than dicker around and try and get just these two things, I figured, you know what, just spend the $2, get a box of parts. Yeah, like some of this stuff, hey, this is going straight into the scrap metal pile. And you know, old capacitors, those are junk probably. Got some Winchester connectors, I'll probably keep those. So why not? Sun's coming out. It's threatening to rain. Okay, this is interesting. This is a glide path receiver from a Navy Model ZA. And I used to collect a lot of military gear. I don't so much anymore. Mostly, as you can tell from my stuff on my channel, I am into the pre-war stuff. This is borderline. Why I purchased this is because this was a fairly big set. You can see none of the pieces are very big, but it had well, 6 main components, and For many, many, many years, I had most of the components, except for this piece. So, I had to get it. Beautiful piece. Let's see if I can open it up. Gonna open up? Oh boy, that's tight. No, it's not gonna open up. Well, maybe I'll make a video on that at some point. But yeah, I kind of had to buy this. I kind of, get out of here, get out of here. I had to buy this because a 20 some odd year quest finally got fulfilled. I got a command set transmitter. Pretty common, but this one is a pretty early one. It still has the, well, it's black, which means it's an early one, and also has an order number, because past about 1943, they just stopped putting the order numbers on these things. So this is a 42, fiscal year 42. You know, I don't know what I'll do with it. More tubes. Oh, we got this nice Western Electric 719. This is kind of a scarce one. It is essentially the rectifier version of the 715. 715s, of course, were very successful tubes. They were used everywhere. They were even used in sonar equipment, in audio use. But they were the modulator tube in World War II, I think, late World War II. Well, they actually did make a rectifier version simply by omitting the grid, and you can see that on the ceramic, they just didn't put, there's holes for the grid supports, they just didn't put them in. So yes, there's a rectifier version. Let's see what else we got. Nice Globe 42. You don't often see Globe 42s. This one's made by Arcturus for Crosley. Nice. I just had to buy it because it was also apparently tested good for $1. So, you know, hey, can't beat that with a stick. Got some sockets, yeah, more parts, you know, brand new octal socket. Can't beat that. Here's something nice, the Ratty box, but a DeForest I do not have. This is a 432, which means it's actually just a 32, and of course the 400 prefix was DeForest's sort of thing. So yeah, nice. I don't really care about the box. You know, the box is pretty ratty, isn't it? I keep nice tube boxes, but this, I'll probably just keep this around. Oh, by the way, yes, you can see it's an early tetrode. Keep the box just to protect the tube until I come up with a better way to display tubes. But yeah, that box is a little on the ratty side. If it was nicer, I'd probably keep it. And we got more tubes, more good tubes for the Hamfest. Oh no, Z4G, cold cathode rectifier. Neat, they glow nice, real nice purple. Tiny little glass tube though. Here's Globe 47, 247 from Silvertone. Nice output tube. People used to not like these, but now the audio guys like them. So I was happy to scarf it up. See, we've got here's a nice little Hytron ceramic base octal. Those, you don't see those too often. Probably an HY615, late 30s. These were used in early VHF, and by VHF I mean anything about 50 megs or higher. You can see the tiny little structures there for the time, and this would have been the late 30s. Got some more tubes. Got the 12A5. I don't think I had a nice Sylvania with the oak leaf. I like those. So I figured, you know what, for $1 or something like that, figured I'd better get it. Just like a 1V. I wasn't sure if I had this particular type of RCA 1V. Yeah, I got it anyway. I got a 465A from iMac. Yeah, you know, for $1, yeah, can't beat it. We've got more tubes. Some globes. This guy had a bunch of tubes, which you can see from the marker on them. Yeah, all tested good, so, you know, supposedly. Here's a, I think it's a 37, Philco 37, triode. But globe. Another one, slightly different base. I think that's the later base. Got a National Union. Probably a 47, looks like a 47. It's a 47. And as you can see, yes, these are all branded bases. I love my branded bases. Good old mid-30s type of stuff. 38, it's got a little bit of a crack. I guess I didn't see that in the base. But it's a Majestic, which, minorly odd brand. That's probably why I picked it up. But too bad it's got a little bit of a crack in the base, but oh well. Can't win them all. Okay, moving on. Got a new in-box VA, what was this, VA201L, some sort of Varian Klystron. I don't know what it is, it's a sealed box. These are neat, 3 of them. These are Burroughs 6700 magnetic switching tubes. They're also sealed new in the box. And I don't know, you know, I just kind of had to have them. These were used a lot in ECM gear, but also in early frequency counters and stuff like that. These were basically decade counters. Beam switching tubes. We got a box of 80s, tested good. A couple of globes in there too. I always like 80s. Although, that one looks like a 5Z3 right there. But, yeah, 80s. Actually, there's some tubes that aren't 80s here. What is this? A 48. Somewhat oddball output tube. Pretty beefy, though. Raytheon. Okay, well, can't be beat. Got some switches. More bags of parts. And why did I buy these? Old transistors. Old germanium transistors. Yeah, there's other useful bits and pieces. Tube sockets. Mica caps, mushroom caps, feed-throughs. Well, okay, I don't need any wire nuts, but yeah, this is basically the reason. Nice old germanium transistors in TL3s, although some of them look like they have the leads cut off. So, okay, they're scrap, but some transistors in there might be good. But in any case, I think I paid like $5 for this. And here, look at this, that's nice. Whole bunch of crystal diodes. 1N69s and such like that. Oh yeah, and these too. Nice. Tongue sole 2N441s. The light blue case. And these look unused, so pretty decent. Got a box of TV junk. Flybacks. Somehow I have a feeling they're going to end up in Ian's hands. Because, hey, flybacks don't really make them much anymore. You know, I don't know. The wax is cracking a little bit on this, so who knows if it's good or not. Got some big iron. Homemade transmitter. Hey, it's got some nice iron. It'll get ripped apart. Nice Variac, too. Someone was pitching this old TV chassis. I don't know how much can be stripped off of it, but hey, scrap metal. And the best thing of the show, the best $10 purchase of the entire show, and those of you who see my Twitter, Uniservo is the name there, know what this is. It's a $10 Johnson bar. Yeah, for any of us that are using or hauling around big things, especially, well, CDC mainframes that don't have wheels, these things are really useful. Yep, basically it's a pry bar with wheels and a very thick oak shaft. And these things are generally rated for like about 3,000 or 4,000 pounds. You can really move a lot of stuff with them. They even use these things sometimes to move railroad cars, or a slight variation of these to move railroad cars. But yeah, this, I saw it there and kind of picked it up or lifted the end up, and the guy says, "You're gonna have that for $10." Well, I had the $10 out so fast. Anyways, that's what we got. Got the dead cat again. It is kind of hot and muggy for today, and well, you can see it's stormy looking, so I gotta pack this stuff up. But I figure I'd let you guys take a look at the stuff that I got at Kutztown. If you like seeing my my spoils of certain shows, you know, I'm not going to do every Hamfest because, you know, sometimes there's nothing. But hey, you know, Kutztown is kind of special because it is old radio, the good stuff. If you guys like to see this, let me know. Leave a like, Hey, if you don't, well, you don't watch it. Leave a comment. Especially certain people that are into vintage cameras and TVs know what that thing is for. So, all right. I will talk to you later. I will probably post this later because I don't want to like saturate you with Kutztown radio stuff. And also, I can't find my cable for downloading the, the videos off my phone. All right, well, like if you like, subscribe, maybe watch some past videos. Like I said, my Twitter is Uniservo. Okay, get back on this beautiful tube here. See you guys later.